Have you ever felt paralyzed by a single thought? That brief moment of hesitation between your idea and the action you know you need to take can stretch on forever. It doesn't take hours or days, just 1 second. 1 second of doubt, and suddenly you're frozen. You told yourself you'd go for a run, write that business plan, start that side hustle, make that difficult call. But then, you didn't. That tiny hesitation became 5 seconds, then 10, then 10 minutes. Before you know it, that action you should have taken dissolves into nothingness. Gone, possibly forever. Why? Because you hesitated. You waited too long. Let me ask you something. How many dreams have died in that pause? How many goals have faded because someone didn't move when the moment called for it? That's what I call the eternal zone, where intentions go to die. But here's the truth. Action is a force. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. A body at rest, it's content to keep resting. And guess what? You've rested long enough. The world doesn't reward hesitation, it rewards action. You need to reach a point in your life where you scream, enough is enough. Tired of mediocrity, tired of scraping by, tired of being overlooked, underestimated, undervalued. I got sick of it. I made a decision. I didn't want to survive anymore, I wanted to live. I wanted to upgrade everything, my neighborhood, my income, my opportunities. I made a vow to fly first class, not just in planes, but in life. I want you to do the same. I want you to make the bold decision to stop settling for the life that was handed to you, and start pursuing the life you were meant to live. You hear me? Not the life others planned for you, not the life circumstances cornered you into. The life that's waiting for you on the other side of fear, the one that reveals itself only when you give everything you've got, 120% no less. Stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, say it out loud, stop playing. I deserve to see what my life could look like if I gave 120%. That's not just a pep talk, that's your new standard, your new way of living. You've made plans before, right? On paper they're flawless. Step 1, step 2, step 3. But planning is the easy part. The execution, that's where the winners separate themselves. If you don't push through the fatigue, the fear, the doubt, if you don't execute when it's inconvenient, painful, or boring, you're not just letting yourself down. You're letting down your family, your friends, your future. This isn't about you anymore. It's bigger than you. I've had to wake up on days when everything inside me screamed to stay in bed. I've had to take ownership of my time, my energy, my life. And it all came down to one revelation. Your routine is your power. You see, I'm not as naturally strong or smart as I thought I was. But I have something even better. A routine that sharpens me daily. Your greatness isn't found in grand moments. It's embedded in your habits. The DNA of your success is hidden in the repetition of your routine. Think about it. How do elite athletes train? How do artists master their craft? How do CEOs lead empires? Through consistency, through showing up every single day. What do you think would happen if you aligned your thinking, your actions, your meals, your rest, all to a schedule designed to unlock your full potential? That's the formula. Don't wait for a perfect day. Don't wait for motivation to strike like lightning. Create your storm, bring your thunder. The time to hesitate is over. The time to act is now. You owe it to yourself to find out what you're truly capable of. So the question is, will you move, or will you remain stuck in that 1 second of hesitation, forever? Let's pick up where we left off. Remember, the magic is in your routine. Now let's go even deeper. You think you've got it figured out? Think again. You're not as committed as you believe. The truth, you've got to build a routine and lock into it like your life depends on it, because it does. Wake up at 3 a.m.? Great. Stick with it. Prefer 5 a.m.? That works too. Just commit. Out of 365 days, yes, you'll have a bad one or two, but that's no excuse. The strength lies in the routine. Consistency isn't just a buzzword, it's your anchor in the storm. Forget the vague dreaming, it's time for clarity. What exactly are you doing on Monday? What about Tuesday, Wednesday? You need precision, not hope. Dreams alone don't build empires, specific daily action does. It's time to gather the scattered pieces of your puzzle and start laying them into place. No one handed me anything. I didn't inherit a network. I earned it. I climbed every rung of the ladder myself, into the NBA, the NFL, and beyond. You know how I cracked the code. I didn't wait for a miracle. I worked the grind until I broke through. Every morning at 3 a.m. I was up, rain or shine, economy up or down, President A or President B. I didn't care. I showed up, I studied, I read, I wrote, I kept showing up. Because yes, the dream is real, but living the life, that's even realer. That's the part that demands the work. While others drift with the wind, I stayed grounded in routine, predictable, consistent. That's why so many people never break through. They get excited, get started, but then they fizzle out. They hit a bump and quit. They experience some success, but not the kind that changes their life. Why? Because they're not consistent. Consistency isn't glamorous. It's not exciting, it's boring, repetitive, unsexy. But it's the difference between average and extraordinary. You can't keep pausing to check the scoreboard every time you make a move. That's not how champions think. Too many people hustle for 5 minutes, then stop to see if the world noticed. Stop watching, start working. The score will change when your habits change. Keep your eyes on the mission. Grind now. Trust the process. I'm challenging you. Get off the sidelines. Stop settling for okay. Refuse to accept the life someone else mapped out for you. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. If you say you want greatness, then live like it. Give 120%, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Because let me be real with you, if you stay in gazelle mode, you'll come up short. A gazelle doesn't control the jungle. Gazelle gets by, but you were born to dominate. If you're a student, it's time to go lion mode. If you're a teacher, lead like a lion. Entrepreneur, lion mode. Trying to lose weight, change your life, change your destiny. All lion mode. Nothing powerful comes from gazelle mode. Nothing inspiring happens when you're hiding, quitting, waiting. Every breakthrough lives in lion mode. That's the mindset where everything shifts. That's when your goals stop being fantasies and start becoming your reality. Lock in, focus. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Hunt it down, like a lion. You've committed to the grind. You've embraced the lion mindset. Now comes the hardest part, staying in the fire. You see, it's not about next week or next month. Don't waste your energy worrying about tomorrow. All your focus, every ounce of your strength, your soul, your heart, it belongs right here, right now, on this opportunity. If you give your all to this moment, tomorrow will handle itself. Let me ask you this, are you going to be that person who says, this time it's different, only to quit after 2 weeks, like you did last year and the year before that? You say you want to change, lose weight, build a business, break old habits. But what do your actions say? Are you still out there partying, drinking, eating like nothing matters? Living below your potential, below what you were born for? How much longer will you postpone your breakthrough? When will you finally decide to stop dipping your toes and dive all the way in? Because this is the moment to rise, from mediocre to meteoric, from forgotten to unforgettable, from counted out to counted on. You want the truth? Every person I've ever seen rise to greatness, every single one, has paid the price. They've suffered, they've sweated, they've sacrificed, they've stayed focused through heartbreak, through failure, through pain. If you want to make your dream real, then you've got to give everything. Stay committed, don't quit. Because if you don't give up, if you don't surrender, it will happen. When I wake up, I don't ask myself if I feel motivated. I don't lie in bed wondering if I want to train today. When the alarm clock goes off, it's game time. No hesitation, no negotiation. I get up, I get moving. I do what I said I would do. Whether it's hard or easy, cold or hot, painful or boring, none of it matters. Because discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline is neutral, emotionless. It's not about motivation, it's about execution. People ask me all the time, what do you do when those little voices creep in? You know, the ones that whisper, stay in bed, you're tired, it's okay to skip today. You want to know what I do? I don't give them room to speak. I don't even let them rent space in my mind. I lock them out. Because for me, this isn't a part-time gig. This is every day. This is life. Every single day is Monday. Every day is an opportunity to launch like a rocket out of the gate, fully possessed by purpose. Today, I'm hunting. I'm on the attack. I'm the aggressor. There's no mercy in the mission. So when that alarm goes off, you get up. You don't feel like running. You run anyway. You don't want to swim. Go swim. You don't want to make your bed. Make it. You don't want to clean. You clean. You don't want to study. You study. You don't wait for comfort. You choose discomfort on purpose. Because that's how you grow. Growth is never easy. It's sweat. It's pain. It's pushing when everything inside you says stop. And don't think for a second you can shortcut this. There are no discounts on success. You don't get 50% off. You don't get a free pass. You get what you earn. No more, no less. You want to be a beast? Then you keep going when your legs give out. You keep pushing when you're beyond tired. You dig deeper when no one else can. You claw, you scrape, you find a way. And when you really want it, when it's no longer just a wish but a fire in your bones, you stop hitting the snooze button. You stop losing focus. You become unbreakable. You've stopped snoozing. You've faced the grind. You've embraced discomfort. Now it's time to confront the final, most brutal truth. The enemy that's been holding you back is you. When you sit down to study, shortcuts are no longer an option. You're willing to do whatever it takes. That means rising before the sun and staying up when everyone else is sleeping. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. Yes, you've put in some time, you've studied a little, you've worked out. But be honest, did you put in the time, the real time? The time that builds dreams, not just routines? Because there's no back door to greatness. You can't sneak your way into success. There's only the grind, and either you show up or you stay stuck. If you had unshakable discipline, mental toughness, grit, you wouldn't need another fitness program. You wouldn't be searching for the next financial system. The gap has never been your environment. It's never been the economy. The gap has always been you. Want to level up? Then sacrifice is non-negotiable. Success has no shortcuts, no coupons, no handouts. It demands sweat. It demands tears. It demands that you bleed for it again and again, until the version of you you're becoming finally outruns the version of you you're leaving behind. I'm not sitting around hoping life throws me a bone. I grind, I push, I fight to become the absolute best version of myself. Because here's the truth. When you do what 95% of people aren't willing to do, you get to live the life they'll never experience. So take the hard road. Yes, it's full of stumbles, failures, frustration. But it's also packed with a depth, meaning victory, glory. You'll look back and know, it was worth it. Stay in bed, your life gets harder. Stay on the couch, your dreams shrink. Stay in your comfort zone, your world closes in. But if you do the hard things, if you rise, grind, push through fatigue while others relax, you create a life of freedom. Effort compounds. 1 + 1 is always 2. 2 + 2, still 4. 10 years of grinding while others party, excuse, coast. That's a lifetime of reward, real math, real results. And yet, here's what frustrates me most. We hold others accountable but let ourselves slide. Someone's late, we're angry. Someone borrows money and doesn't pay it back, we're furious. Our food order's wrong, we raise hell. But when we let ourselves down, skip the workout, blew the budget, procrastinated again, we just shrug. We forgive ourselves too easily. But here's the truth. You are the one holding you back. That resistance you feel, that force dragging you down, that voice whispering, it's okay to quit, that's you. Your biggest enemy isn't a person, a job, a market, or a moment. It's always been you. It's time to confront yourself. Stand in the mirror and say, "No more. I won't let me sabotage me again." You're not a failure. You're not a loser. You've just made decisions, repeated ones, that built the walls around you. But guess what? You can tear them down, and it starts right here, right now, with you. You've stared yourself down in the mirror. You've called out the excuses. Now comes the turning point, owning your reality and rewriting your future. Take a long, honest look at where you are, not where you want to be, not where others think you are, but where you truly are. Now take responsibility for it. Because where you are today is the result of every decision you've made up until this moment. It's because at times you chose comfort over courage. You avoided hard choices when life got tough. And that's okay, if you choose to fix it now. Start today. Not next Monday, not after your next birthday, today. Begin making better choices one at a time, and those choices will build a new direction. You'll blink and realize you're living a different life. The only person you'll ever truly control is you. So start there. Focus your energy on becoming who you were meant to be. Get disciplined, train your body, wake up early, push past your limits. That version of you that you admire, that future self you dream about, it's not built overnight. It's created in the small, repeated decisions you make every single day. Become the kind of person who refuses to quit. The kind of person who says no when it's hard to say no. The one who shows up even when it hurts, even when it's inconvenient, even when nobody's watching. You want to unlock your potential? Then it's time to stop coasting in third gear. You've got more in you. Fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth. But you're cruising, too comfortable with average. I'm challenging you. Floor it. Let's see how far you can go. How fast, how strong, how unstoppable. Don't limit your vision to what you think is possible. Go beyond even your imagination. What would your life look like if you didn't count the cost? If you burned the safety nets and went all in? That's the mentality. That's the standard. You have to want it. Not casually, not part-time, but with everything you've got. Be relentless about becoming the strongest, fastest, smartest version of yourself. Better than you were yesterday. Better than they said you'd be. Better than you thought you could be. And when this video ends, don't just move on. Go back to the mirror, look yourself in the eye and make a vow. No more excuses. From this moment forward, it's not about getting hyped. It's not about waiting for motivation, it's about applying. That's the real difference between the dreamers and the doers. Application. Dreamers talk, doers digest. They internalize the lesson. They make it part of their DNA. And then they take action. You don't need 40 lessons this year. You don't need more motivation. You need one principle, one truth, one value that becomes who you are. Own it, live it. Let it reshape how you think, how you move, how you rise. Because real transformation doesn't happen from listening. It happens from doing. And your time to do is now. You've made the vow. You've chosen to apply, not just absorb. Now the question is, will you execute? Execution is the dividing line between dreams and reality. It's the difference between hoping and having. If you truly want to change your life, you must become an executor. Not just a thinker, not just a planner, someone who does. Because when you execute consistently, even in the face of chaos, you make the impossible possible. But you can't treat this like a hobby. You can't do it when it's convenient, when you feel like it, or squeeze it into a lunch break between distractions. That's not commitment, that's dabbling. That's playing at greatness, not chasing it. And dreams don't respond to part-time passion. They respond to obsession. You've got to breathe it, eat it, dream it. It has to haunt you at night, press on your chest in the morning, and burn in your gut throughout the day. You want to do the unthinkable? Jot it down. Shut down the TV, shut down social media, shut down the noise, shut down the distractions. Yes, even some people. You're minimizing your potential when you should be optimizing it. This journey requires full commitment. not halfway, not kinda sorta. You have to become the kind of person who makes the right decision even when it's the hardest thing to do. When you're exhausted, when you're sore, when you're hungry, angry, discouraged, or stressed. Even when it feels like the entire world is on your shoulders, you still choose to do what must be done. That's the only way forward. Start becoming that person today, right now. Because 1 year from now, you could look back and say that was the day everything changed. Not just for you, for your family, your community, maybe even your city or your country, because you changed. It's going to feel better when it's over, you know that. When you complete the workout, finish the hard project, take that cold plunge into discomfort, you always feel stronger, you feel grounded, proud, like you earned your space in the world. And you also know this, if you don't do it, if you let yourself off the hook again, you'll feel it. That dull, bitter feeling of weakness, of letting yourself down. Short-term comfort always comes at the cost of long-term regret. So you have two choices. 1. Take the easy path now. Sleep in, skip the reps, ignore the discipline, and carry the regret. 2. Do what's hard, show up, push through, sacrifice, and feel the surge of strength and pride that only comes when you've earned it. That's the truth. Easy choices make life hard. Hard choices make life easy. But here's the real challenge. Most people can't give up 6 months, or 8. Some can't even let go of a weekend. You say you want success, but you can't let go of the parties. You can't let go of the comfort. You can't let go of the relationship that's draining your energy. Let it go. You can't chase 2 rabbits and catch both. Choose one target. Focus. Eliminate the fluff. There is no hack, no shortcut, no secret. The easy road is a lie. It won't lead you to greatness. There's only one way there. Hard work. Late nights, early mornings. Representatives, sweat, rehearsal, study, frustration, sacrifice, and relentless discipline. You know what to do. Get up and go. You've learned that there's no shortcut. Only hard work. Only discipline. And now the battle turns inward, to your emotions, your mind, your will. To truly level up, you must become the master of your emotions, not their puppet. Don't let your feelings run the show. The moment you gain control of your emotions, you begin to take full control of your life. And it's not a one-time thing, it's every day, over and over again. You train your mind like a muscle. You become resilient, tough, focused. You become the one who decides, not your circumstances, not your emotions. You decide what gets done. Motivation, it's unreliable, it's fleeting, it shows up when it wants, not when you need it. But discipline, that's different. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline gets you up in the morning. Discipline finishes the project. Discipline trains your body when your mind screams no. And remember this. The pain you feel today, the discomfort, the struggle, it will absolutely pay off tomorrow. That's a promise. But here's why some people still aren't winning. They mistake effort for execution. You think just because you put in 40 hours you're owed something? This isn't kindergarten, this is life. In the real world, effort alone isn't enough. Results are what matter. Did you execute? Did you finish what you started? Or did you almost do it? You've got to stop living casual. Stop approaching life like it owes you something. It doesn't. Every single decision you make is either pulling you closer to the best version of yourself, or pushing you further away. Every minute counts. Every choice adds up. And if you're not in control, then who is? Your emotions, your laziness, your fear. Take that power back. Look in the mirror. Have that hard conversation with yourself. Tell your flesh who's in charge. I know you're tired, but we're getting up. I know you want to quit, but we're going to finish. Discipline doesn't mean perfection. It means consistency. It means showing up, especially on the days you don't feel like it. Your schedule doesn't care if you're tired, if it's your birthday, if it's raining. The clock keeps ticking, so must you. The moment you start doing what you say you're going to do, every single day, is the moment you'll start getting everything you've dreamed of. Do it long enough and it becomes who you are. It becomes your standard. This is the year of execution. No more half-finished projects, no more halfway effort in sports, school, business, or dreams. This is the year you cut the fluff, list your priorities, and lock in with laser focus. Execution will be your new habit, one day at a time. And as you take control over one area of your life, you'll watch it spill into every other area, like a rising tide lifting all ships. That someday you've been hoping for, it becomes today. But only if you're willing to bleed for it, to sweat, to cry, to grind. There is nothing you can't be, do, or have, if you're willing to work. Discipline your body, free your mind, rise early, attack the day, execute, and watch the world change in front of you. Because in the real world, rewards don't come before effort. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. Final note, your moment is now. What if everything you've been waiting for isn't ahead of you, but inside you? What if the life you dream of is just on the other side of consistent effort, daily discipline, and unshakable belief? This is your time, not tomorrow, not when it's easier. Now so go, be relentless, be bold, be the one who didn't just talk about it, but lived it. Because your future isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. With every decision, every rep, every sacrifice. Let's go get it. If this message lit a fire and you imagine what's coming next, subscribe to Motivation Hub Rise and let's rise higher, stronger, and unstoppable, together. Explosion.